Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name's Sasha. I love anything shimmery, sparkly, glittery, anything colorful, especially indie brands. You guys, if you guys like that kind of content, like I do some makeup content, you know, get ready with me, makeup tutorials, sometimes an occasional makeup review, like a brand new item, and especially indie eyeshadow palettes, like just slowly but surely, you guys. So if you guys like that kind of content, then make sure to subscribe to my channel because I love to have you guys here. And for today's video, okay, so I'm gonna be playing with two palettes. So this is from the Sugar Drizzle polish, and I got this last month, so I already used it once last month. But that was all I was able to use. It's a very pretty, cute palette. It's a Sugar Dreams palette. And the other palette I'm going to be playing with today, so I've done 4 looks today, you guys, is the Milf palette, also known as Man I Love Frogs palette. So short for Milf, you know, Milf palette. So it's so cute. I love the color story to this one. So I really wanted to play around with both of these palettes, so I pretty much used them pretty much evenly, except for this last look. This last look I have on is me using just the Milf palette alone and just all shimmers. And you guys, I apologize. I tried my best to make them all different looks. Probably the third look is probably the most different, but the first 2 looks, they're just slight differences. It's just the color combos, because I'm just using these 2 palettes and also using some additional palettes besides this last look. I use some mattes from different palettes I have. Just so you guys know, both of these palettes are sold out right now, but they usually restock them like every month and a half to 2 months. It takes them a while to restock, but they're both currently sold out. But I just want to show you guys in case you guys want to be prepared, if you want to pick it up. Like, which one do I recommend? Like, honestly, I love both, but we'll get into more details after I show you guys the looks I did. So the Sugar Dreams palette, so this one is $45.95, and this one is very like pastel dreams, almost like, to me it's like very pastel like. So this is very, since they're both all shimmer palettes, this one's just more universal to me. And this one has 5 dual chromes and 4 special shimmers, so they're really pretty. The price for this one, the Milf palette, is $46.95, so they're just $1 differences. So I'm very surprised about that, because this one has so many like different kind of shimmers. So it has a mix of dual chromes, multi-chromes, and 1 iridescent dual chrome. So I'm going to show you guys the swatches, and they're really pretty. So the difference between the 2, they're both really different, like has in color story. So I'm just going to jump in with the looks I did, and I hope you guys have fun watching. So I'm going to do this eye look right here. This is my first eye look, so I decided I was going to do it like completely like from bare eyes, but I'm like, you know what, it will save me more time if I just play with the eye first, and then I do the same thing with the other. Sugar Dreams and the Milf palette, they're both shimmer palettes. They're all shimmer palettes, right? So I'm going to use one matte from a different palette. So the matte that I use, I already put a little bit of it because I was thinking, because this is my best eye, that's why. I was thinking, oh wait, maybe I should do the other eye first, and then I'll come back and just do this eye. So I already put a little bit of purple, but yeah, I got the Glamlite Mikayla Part 1 palette, and I'm just going to use this one shade. This is the only matte shade I use from a different palette. So I'm going to use this shade MJ. It's like a nice purple shade. Just slightly use this purple, and then just kind of buff it out a little bit too. And then I'm kind of going up a little as well right here. Just a small little point. And then just blend it right here. I'm just going to get a little bit of the purple. And just... Oh, so speaking of purples, I'm probably gonna do this video another day about talking about new makeup, but they're coming up with the purple, all matte purple palette, so I'm definitely gonna be picking that up, and I think it's gonna pair well even with the 2 palettes I have that I'm playing with today. It's gonna go well with them. That's why I'm using a purple, like the purple's so nice with these colors. I'm slightly a little sick. I'm kind of getting over it, but yeah. So my nose, trying to make sure it doesn't run. So the first shade I'm going to use, because the main one I really want to use, I want to use both palettes, of course, in my multiple looks, but I've been trying to focus on this palette. So from the Sugar Dreams palette, we're going to use this shade Candy Clouds right here, and it's very, very reflective. So I used that in the inner part right here. And what I did notice, because this is not my first time using this Sugar Dreams palette, it's my second time now, I haven't used all the shades yet, but it's better for this one since it's really like very shimmery, very sparkling. Like I love it so much. But even with my first look, I use a setting spray, so I'm gonna use a little bit of a setting spray so it can like not be so like flaky looking in a way. Like I just want it to be more smoother, that's why. So I'm just gonna put it right here, and it's really pretty. It's like a good pop. And I'm just gonna add it right here. And do a line right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a little bit on my finger and just kind of pat it on. And pat on a little more and kind of slightly blend it. It's really reflective, so look at that. Okay, now for the Milf palette. So real quick guys, I put the wrong shade, but I'm just gonna go right over it. I'm gonna use the shade Feeling Froggy. So I totally went, this is the third shade I used, so we're gonna go with this. And I kind of took it off a little bit with my finger. I just kind of tried to take it off. This one's kind of more smoother, so I'm just gonna put it right here. It's very easy to work with, this one. Yeah, this one's more smoother, easier shimmer to play with. And I don't think I didn't really, actually I did use a little bit setting spray there, but it doesn't really need it. Now the next shade I'm gonna be going with is the Lily Pad. So this one's so pretty because I swatched it twice in my hand. Like, oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? It's like such a beautiful teal color. So I'm gonna get some of this shade. It's so gorgeous. And I'm just gonna put it right here. I think I'm gonna wet my brush a little. Actually, no, maybe not. And I'm just gonna kind of pat it and kind of blend it right here, just a little bit. Now for the bottom, I'm gonna use that same purple I used earlier, and I'm gonna put it right here. Just right here on this corner. Now I'm gonna use this shade right here, Feeling Froggy, for most of the rest of the bottom eye. And I'm gonna use the inner corner like with a different shade. So I'm just gonna put the shimmer right here. Kind of went too heavy there. And okay, it's really pretty. I'm going to use this shade Ribbit right here from the Milf palette. And then I'm going to use my finger. And just right there. This one's like adds a nice pop. It's like almost neon-like. So I really love this shade. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more right here. Okay. Alright, so right here's my first eye look, guys. A finished look. And yeah, I love it so much. So yeah, so it's really pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna be kind of rating my looks, which one I like best, but I really love this look. Really pretty. So I'm gonna do my second eye look, and it is the same day. I just ate some breakfast and took a shower. He kissed my hair. My hair was a little oily. So this is the eye look we're gonna be creating. And at first I did made it a little bit too similar like with the first look, but I just made it different. I added more of a purple, and then I added like a liner look, so it's like a graphic shape and then a liner. Okay, so for the mask this time I use it from my Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette, mostly the spring shade. Did it, oops, it's okay, we'll just remove that. I went too far. And yeah, I actually did my right eye because you know that's my best eye, guys. Alright, and then just adding this, and I'm gonna get a smaller brush right now, but I'm just slightly, yes, I used the wrong shade. I said I used the shade Awake. It's like a periwinkle purple, but I actually used the shade Make a Wish. It's more of a light purple. So I kind of removed that bluish shade, not that much, but I just put the purple right over, so it's not gonna make that much of a difference. It just adds like a little hint. So my bad, guys. Before we jump into the shimmers with the two palettes, I'm gonna get that green shade I just used, and I have to define it like right here, kind of do like a graphic liner. I just go like that. So it's really easy. Just like that. And I use like a little rounded pointed brush. This is from Luxy Beauty. And yeah, just like that. The first shade I'm going to use is from the Sugar Dreams palette. So I'm going to use the shade Sweet and Sleepy. And I'm also going to use the shade Yum Yum. So this, I actually needed to change it up. So I'm going to put another shade over this one. But I'm just going to do it just for the purpose of, so that way maybe it makes a slight difference. So I'm just going to do that real quick. I did use my fingers. It was so easy to do with fingers. It's much easier. And I didn't want my brush. I mean, when I was doing it earlier, I used my fingers. So I think I'm going to do that. It's just so easy. You get more of a punch to it too, as you guys may tell. And yeah, I'm just going to add it to here. And then I'm going to get the shade Yum Yum. So this shade is going to be kind of hidden on below. I'm going to put another shade on top of it. That's why, because it was too similar, like the vibe of the first look. So I needed to change it up. It's a pretty shade though. Oh my gosh. So I accidentally went too high. If you guys, I just gotta spread that right there. I did do like a liner thing too. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put it right here. Right here. I'm gonna use from the Milf palette. It's called Croaky, and oh, I love this shade. I knew I was gonna love this shade. This one's a little bit, like if you get it from the brush, it kind of, it's a little bit crumbling. So I'm just gonna put it on top, and I'm probably gonna go in my finger to add more of a pop. It is popping, so we're going on top of that other shade. So this is making it more like, I mean, it was kind of, I mean, it's already purple, but we're just changing it up because that's what I did. And just like that. Oh, did I do that? Oh my gosh. Okay, we just go like that. Alright. This tadpole shade, and that's gonna be our liner look. And we're gonna spread it all around here. So when I had to change it up, I had already put mascara on, so I had to like be careful doing this. But now it could be a lot easier. I'm using the same brush too. Just like that. So with the bottom eye, I used this shade right here, Tadpole again, what I used for the liner. And I get a little bit of this, and you have to be careful. I think I used my finger for this part because I didn't want the shimmer to go everywhere, so maybe I'll do that. So I have to be really careful. Oops, I went a little bit too much. It's okay. Just kind of smoke it out a little bit. Add a little bit more right here. It is kind of disappearing, so we'll just add more. We'll go a little crazy like that, and like that. I'm gonna use the shade, the inner part. I'm gonna use the shade Leap. Oh, this is such a cute shade. It's right here. That's also what I use for my inner corner, but I'm gonna use my brush for this part, and then I'm gonna use my finger for the inner part. Oh, actually, I already did this shade, but we're just gonna make it more pop on this side. And yeah, we're just gonna add that right there. So this is a very shimmery look. Add it right here. And just add that pop right there. And just bring it up just slightly. Not too much. I forgot to share one more important detail. What I did is I used the shade Croaky, and I added it right here. I forgot to mention that. So I kind of made it even more cut. So I just connect it. So that's something I forgot to tell you guys. That's why it looks more purplish right there. So I kind of went all the way, just add it right there. So I think I'm gonna add more because this one's looking more dark. So I'm gonna add it more right here. And right here. There you go. Okay, so right here's the finished second eye look, and yeah, it looks a little bit similar with that one, but slightly different. I know it's the color combos because there's like a lot of greens, purples in between the Sugar Dreams and the Milf palette. But yeah, I really like this look, so I'm thinking I'm loving this look more because it's more darker, a little bolder. So yeah. This is the third eye look that we're gonna create. This one right here. And I'm wearing the same makeup except I added more blush, change up a little stuff. So most of the day I just took off my eye makeup. So after this I'm probably gonna take off all my makeup and then gonna redo it and then do my last, hopefully, for it look. So for the mattes, I got my Odens Solmåne 2 palette, and the shades I use were, let me see, Warm Light and Neptune. So the Warm Light is most of the transition, and then I added the Neptune kind of in the V area. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I already have a little hint of orange because I was almost gonna start this eye, but I'm like, let's go with the other eye because this eye you guys can see the angle better. That's why at the same time it's my best eye, but also the angle, you can see it better. So it's really easy using that orange. It's the Warm Light shade. And just kind of go up a little bit. Neptune shade real quick. And I'm just gonna add it right here. And actually it's almost, well, it is a halo look. It's a halo eye look. So we're gonna use the same shade on the other side. So I'm gonna do like kind of like a V almost. And then just kind of lightly blend it. So right here. Get that Warm Light shade again and just add it right here, like the little pop. Just adding back that shape almost. And then I'm gonna clean my brush a little and then just slightly blend it. Okay, get that Neptune shade. I'm just gonna put it right here on the inner corner. I'm gonna start with Fly Swatter. It's like a purple, it's more like a teal, but it shifts. Like it's green. Like on this side looks purple, but yeah, this one shifts. More like right here. So right here. I'm gonna put it right here because it's a halo look. Yeah, just like that. Okay, and now we're gonna use the shade Milf right here. It's like a green, very greeny. It's very green, like it's like metallic almost. I think it might be. This is very finely milled, so I'm gonna add it here, and it's very pigmented. Look at this. Oh, I got the wrong one. Okay, so yeah, it's very pigmented, guys. So let me just add it right there and right here, all the way up here. And then now we're gonna get a shade from the Sugar Dreams palette. And it's the So Tasty shade. And we're not gonna fill it in. We're just gonna leave a little tiny space in between because I'm gonna add this unique shade right here. So I'm gonna get some of this. This one's very flaky, so you have to be careful with this one, the So Tasty shade. So this one, kind of tap it a little bit because it will fall off. So I'm gonna kind of go over the dark green shade a little, and right here, because right here it's like adding a hint of green. Okay, so I kind of went over right here, but it's fine. So I'm just gonna put it right here. So now for the shade that I used for the middle is Sweet Dreams. So it adds like a little pop of, like it's an orangey shimmer. I know it looks super orangey, but it's not that orangey. I used this shade before with my very first look when I first time used this. And this one's pretty flaky too, like it's really soft, so you have to be careful. So I'm just using my brush, just adding that, so it kind of adds like a nice contrast. Kind of went crooked a little bit. Let me see if I can fix it. Alright, so I fixed it a little bit, and let's see, now for the bottom eye, I went back to my Odens Solmåne 2 palette, and I used the shade Solar. It's like a darker orange, and I put it right here. I had to kind of pat it. I was using a different brush, but so I'm gonna add it back in right there, just a little bit up. like an extra wing almost. Okay, that blue again, that Neptune shade in the inner part. So I'm gonna add that right here. I'm gonna just spread it. In the shimmer, I just went in my finger right here, the Sweet Dreams shade from the Sugar Dreams palette, and I'm just gonna use my finger because it's very crumbly. So I'm just gonna put it right here. Oh my gosh, I think I did it the opposite eye, guys. Right, here's the second eye look. Ooh, you guys already know I love this look. Like, I think this is my favorite look right now. It keeps getting better. Well, these are my favorite complementary colors. I love teals and oranges. And yeah, it was really fun playing with those blue greens and the greens and then pop up little orange. You know. Okay, so now for my 4 eye looks. So this is the look I came up with. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the other side, and this time I only used the Milf palette, and it's all shimmers, no mattes at all. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best to kind of replicate it because I kind of went crazy with this one. So the first thing I did was I used Frog Life. It's very like dark metallic-y, so I want to get that. And it's very grayish too, so you have to be careful. So I know it's gonna look crazy, but basically I put it all around. You kind of just spread it around. Ooh, yeah. So let me just make sure I spread that. And I think I'm gonna get a cleaner brush and kind of make this more faded right here towards out. And then yeah, just kind of blend it, and then I'm just gonna get a little bit more and right here, add it right here. It was Pawn right here, so let me get that shade, and I'm gonna use this first. I'm gonna get a dense brush and just kind of pack it right here. I'm gonna do like, it's like a rainbow thing, so I'm just gonna pack it like a rainbow, and right here too, and right here. I believe I did that. So yeah, this one I just went crazy, so it's probably not gonna look exactly the same, but I'm gonna try. Okay, and I did use a little bit of Leap, so I'm gonna get that shade, and I'm just gonna put over here, like, actually I'm gonna use my finger, so I'm just gonna put it here, and I'm gonna use another shade. So I went crazy with this look. I use Ribbit because Ribbit's more like neon-like, like iridescent shade. So I'm gonna mix it with Ribbit. Use my finger. Oh yeah, there you go, that pop. Papa green, I love this shade. It's very pretty. My memory card got full, so I needed to delete some photos. Photos and videos. Alright, so I was doing this. This shade right here, the Croaky shade. Oh, love this shade. I used this I think in my second look. So I'm gonna get that shade here in the corners. So I'm gonna just kind of mix it. Ooh, yeah, kind of mix it. So that's why I went crazy. So I'm just doing my best to replicate what I did. Kind of go like that too, over the crease. Ooh, that does look different. Maybe I didn't do that. I think I put it over here. Yeah, so I think it was right here, so I'm gonna just put it right here a little bit. So I might have to just add it the same thing over here too, because now I have no idea. So we're just gonna do that. This is very like a neon like purple too, and I added like a darker purple on top. Alright, so it's fine, we could just change it up. Okay, now we're gonna add that. I'm gonna go back to the Ribbit shade and just add that back in right here because it's getting lost. I'm gonna mix a little bit of Leap and just put it back in. This Leap shade right here, I'm gonna just have it right here, just a little bit. For my liner, I use a Hop Along shade. It's like a very metallic-y reddish shade. It's like purple reddish, I mean. Now I'm gonna get that, and it's very easy. Just make sure you tap out the S's, and now I'm just gonna quickly outline my liner. Let me see, I have to take out some darkness right here, so I'm just gonna use my concealer brush, kind of pat that just a little bit. Alright, so let me use that Hop Along shade and just add that. So I have it like right here. I probably have to add it again on the other side because you can't really see anymore. So yeah, I did a lot of lines. So let me just add that right there. The Lily Pad in the corner. My favorite shade. So right there. I think I used a finger. I don't even remember. And oh, maybe I used a brush. It went crazy on the other side. Yeah. Like it's a very bright green. Hop Along shade on the right there. So I'm gonna do that. And you have to be careful, and I'm just gonna go kind of outline it and then kind of smoke it out a little bit. And then I use the inner part, I use Croaky. I'm just using my favorite shades from this palette. Okay, not Croaky. This one's a little bit crumbly, so you have to be careful. So it's like very neonish. It's like purple and teal. So let's just go crazy. So right here's the fourth and final look, and yeah, I love it. So I tried to make it the same as this one, or you know, you guys saw that I added more over there. It's really pretty. It's all shimmers, very magical. I feel very witchy in a way. So yeah, I really love this pop of green. I love purples and greens together. So it's like, so I can't wait for the purple all matte palette. But yeah, let me just take a quick little break and then I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts. So I'm back. I took a little break. I had to actually charge my battery, but yeah, I already did my intro. But anyways, let's talk about these palettes. So what I think about them, I think they're both great. The color story, they're both different. This one's more pastel like, this one's more colorful, more like green and purples, more vivid. And this one is just universal. You can use this like whatever mattes you have like in your collection, you could just use them and just put this on top. Like today I kind of made like different looks. Like I went a little crazy in a way, like it doesn't have to be that complicated. You could just do one matte and just one shimmer. You don't have to do multiple shimmers. So this is very universal. The shades that stand out to me in this one, let me see. I love Candy Clouds. I'm going to show you guys my favorite shades. So I love Candy Clouds, Sweet Dreams, and the Shooting Star. I think those are the three of my favorite shades. So the other ones are pretty, but these are the three that stand out to me. And the purple one's probably the darkest one. So I can show you guys the purple one as well. So let me show you guys the purple one. That one's like the darkest one, besides Sweet Dreams. Yeah. So right here is the four that stand out to me. And then let me just do the swatches. They're very buttery, very soft. So sometimes some are a little bit more crumbly. So that's why you don't really need to get so much, especially with the brush. You have to be careful with the brushes for this one, especially. This one's very squishy. Like some of the pans are squishy. Like this one's squishy and that one's squishy, and this one's a little squishy, and that one, I think that one's okay. You just have to be careful not to dig your brush. Like you don't need to really dig. So it is a little bit crumbly. Look at that. So right here's just the shades that stand out to me. They're really pretty. So yeah, all the dark shades, right? Those are one that stand out. So this one, this is the shade Shooting Star. That one stands out to me because it's like a, I believe, I'm not sure, I think it's iridescent, or it could be a special shimmer. I think it's, let me check. The Shooting Star is a dual chrome. So yeah, it's like a pink to purple, so it's very nice because it's very finely milled, that one. So I think that one, it'll be really pretty as a highlighter. Yeah, but this palette does have talc, so if you use any of these shades as highlighters, then it might make you break out. Also, another thing too, all these three shades, they're a little bit similar. They're just only slight differences. So let me just show you guys. They look different on the finger, but when you swatch them, they're just different, like a hues almost. So let me just do it right here. So there you go. See, those are from the 3. Yeah, there's only slight differences. I hope you guys see that. I did it in a bad angle, but yeah. They're really pretty though. They're very like very bright. So this is like great for inner corners or for halo look, or if you just want to do a one like towards the halfway. So I think this is a very versatile palette. And this one, let's talk about this one. First off, the color story in this, wow, they freaking nailed it. Like, I love purples, I love greens, I love those teals. One of my favorite like colors. Like, I love the cool colors, the purple, blue, greens, and then pinks. Those are my favorite colors. But yeah, so there's no wonder I needed this palette, guys. So let me just show you guys the shades that stand out to me, like my favorite shades. The shade Ribbit. Oh, Croaky. I love Croaky. This one's so pretty. It's so pinky, purplish. Let's see, Lily Pad. So let me pick one extra one. I'm not sure which one. Probably Pawn. I do like Pawn. That was a pretty shade. So I have, from this finger to the next, I have Ribbit, Croaky, Lily Pad, and Pawn. So let me just swatch these on my palm. So I'm gonna just swatch it right here. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. Look at that, so pretty. Look at that shift. This palette has a mix of multi-chromes and duochromes. So yeah, I think this palette is really well worth it. The other one, I'm not sure why that one's like the kind of pricey for each pan, but I just love this one. It's like very highlighter vibes in a way too. Some of these shades are like very like neon like the ones I showed you guys are pretty much neon, except for this one. This one's kind of neon too, but this one's more neon like. So look at these two, and I'm running out of room, but this is Ribbit right here. This is Camouflage. Oh, they have like pretty much the same vibe, but they're totally different tones. This one's more pinkish and this one's greenish. So if you guys are here trying to figure out which palette is for you, I'm just gonna give it to you guys straight. Like, I love both of these palettes, honestly. They're both different. This one is more universal. You could use them, has just toppers, inner corners, in the middle, and you could just do simple looks with this, honestly. So I love this one a lot. It's very shimmery and very bright, like very bright, like very like it stands out a lot. While this one has more of a color story, so you could do like multiple looks with this one. It's very fun, and the formula to both of them, they're pretty much like the same. I say this one is only a little bit more squishier than this one. So so if you're trying to decide like which one you want to buy, like you love both but you're trying to decide which one, I say pick the one that you think you'll use more. Like, I think you'll probably get more use out of this one, but if you absolutely love this color story, like if this is like one of your favorite color stories that you don't really have many palettes like this, then I say go for this one. Let me know what you guys decide, which palette to pick up. I'm not sure. They are currently sold out. Would you guys like me to announce like on my YouTube community post to show you guys when these restock? Because I can do that, like just for you guys, if you guys really want me to, because I follow this brand very well. Like, I love their brand like so much. I hope you guys had fun watching. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.